Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, The Lost Chevalier, and you're welcome back to Second Circle. Let's continue, shall we? Where were we, though? 2013, 2019, 10, 31. What? Oh, 2033, there we go. Oh my god, why am I doing this just here? There we go. There we go. Now we're going to date Justice! Oh wait, no, Justice we dated last time. No, we're gonna go for Judgment! Yay, Judgment! Okay. Full screen. There we go. I'm recording, right? Wait, let me see. Everything is recording. Good. Full screen again. Though it has been a while since you visited the Butterfly Conservatory with Justice, that day remains as the forefront of your thoughts. While you originally intended to use it only as a way to engage with the High Prosecutor on one of her apparent interests, you feel yourself growing similarly intrigued by the fluttering creatures. This curiosity of yours drives you to peruse the literature that was handed out after the tour. According to the pamphlet, it is possible to donate butterfly snacks, tubs of sliced up fruit, to the conservatory as a way of helping out and getting involved. Thinking this the perfect way to satisfy your interest, you make your way to the kitchen. However, in the way you pass by Judgment's shut door. Looking at the remains of you, looking at it reminds you of how that day ended. Sorry, my English is not working today. I have been speaking too much. You lament the fact that you have seen precious little of her since then. Should I try knocking on her door again? Couldn't hurt to try. Though hesitant, you decide to try one last time to get her attention. As you knock, you strain your ears listening for signs of movement inside. Judgment! You hear nothing. I was going to do some work in the kitchen, and I was wondering if you'd like to help out. Judgment! No response. Frowning, you return to the kitchen. Once there, you dig out a knife, cutting board, and every bit of fruit you have stashed away in the pantry. Then, after donning your apron, you set to work slicing everything up into small cubes. As you are working, you hear someone enter the kitchen at your back. Turning, you are surprised to see none other than Judgment standing in the doorway. Oh, hey there, Judgment! The demon stares back at you, wide-eyed and blushing. Hey, Taker. I was just looking for a snack. With a nod, you return your attention to the task at hand. Though you can hear Judgment rummaging around in the pantry behind you, you can feel her gaze burning a hole at your back. Soon enough, the clatter stops and Judgment steps up next to you to peer around your shoulder. What are you doing? Making fruit medleys. What for? Butterfly snacks. Oh, I see. Can I help? Wordlessly, you hand Judgment an apron and a knife before slapping down a cutting board next to you and stepping aside to give the demoness room to work. Judgment approaches the countertop and removes her gauntlets. Then the two of you set to work chopping up fruit and dividing it up into dozens of plastic containers. Oh! Oh my god. I'm dying of cuteness. Oh, this is too much. This is just too much. I'm dying of cuteness. I can't hold it. Oh my god, so beautiful. So beautiful. Look at her. She's so happy. Oh god. Soon the tapping of your knives against the cutting boards echoes through the kitchen. And amidst this quiet rhythm, you notice a faint smile dancing across Judgment's lips. Smiling in turn, you continue your task. Let me just take a photo of this, please. How did I, hide the screen? There was a button? There was a button, but I don't remember which one. Oh, spacebar, and then F12. There we go. Perfect. Have you given any more thought to our predicament? Predicament? What are you referring to, mortal? The butterflies. Shouldn't we fortify our home against the coming invasion? Ah, perhaps. Or perhaps we should explore other avenues, such as diplomacy. Diplomacy. Yes, if we can placate the beast with sustenance, we can avoid any unnecessary bloodshed. I see. Is that what you would prefer? I would? As would I. Judgment grins and dumps another load of fruit into the plastic containers. As you prepare to do the same, you hear something that catches you by surprise. Judgment has begun to hum. Oh! Oh no! The sound of her voice fills the room and you find yourself looking at the demoness in shock. Judgment, All of a sudden, the scent of smoke stings your nose. Oh no! The hell is going on here? I thought I caught a whiff of something sweet coming from the kitchen and so I got hungry. But it's just you nerds. Hey, Cedrada, don't worry, I will get started on dinner after I'm done here. Good. What are you doing anyway? I wanted to make fruit medleys to donate to the Butterfly Conservatory, and Judgment offered to help. The demon puts her hand over her mouth and makes a gagging noise. Ugh! Forget I asked. Though I guess I shouldn't be surprised that you do something like this, Taker. I am, however, a little shocked at you, Judgment. Who would have known that the High Prosecutor of Hell will do something so sickeningly nice? Next thing I know, you will be letting sinners slide for a few decades with an IOU eternal damnation. Oh wait, that already happened, didn't it? Looks like somebody's losing their edge. Before you can protest, Cedrada breaks out in a cackle. Spewing smoke with every heartly guffaw, the demoness swipes a box of crackers off the counter and departs, leaving you and Judgment alone in the kitchen once more. Silence descends upon you, yet the ringing of Cedrada's laughter still echoes in your ear. Jeez, what's her problem? Shaking your head, you look over at Judgment. Oh no. The demoness is facing the counter with her hands gripping the sides of her cutting board, hard enough to turn her knuckles white. At first, you think that this is a display of anger, but the slight glimmer of tears in the corner of her eyes causes you to think otherwise. Judgment? Fool. I'm sorry? May I take my leave now? Yeah, I can take it from here. With that, Judgment removes her apron, seizes her gauntlets and scurries out of the kitchen. A moment later, you hear her bedroom door slam shut. Left to yourself once again, you let out a long sigh before finish up with your task. Thanks to Judgment help, there isn't much left to do. It only takes you a few minutes to slice up the last few pieces of fruit and divide that up into the medleys. Then you close up the containers, wash your knife, and load everything up in a couple of boxes for transport. As you are carrying these boxes out to the car, Justice approaches you. Hey Chief, when's dinner? Oh, hey Justice. I will get started as soon as I get back. Nice, I'm starving. Where are you headed off to? I'm going to take these fruit medleys to the Butterfly Conservatory. You made them yourself? No, Judgment helped out a little bit. Judgment? That's a surprise. Cedrada said something similar. Cedrada saw? That's no good. What do you mean? If I can be frank, that woman talks out of her ass so much, it probably becomes a second mouth at this point. I'm guessing she said something that made Judgment leave, didn't she? Yeah, actually she did. Is judgment okay? I wonder about that myself sometimes. Is there something I should know? I'll say... Let me begin by saying that Judgment and I have been friends for a very long time, Taker. Heck, I knew her back when I was the High Prosecutor. So there is a lot of story there, and it can get a little messy. But if it's you, perhaps I can let you in on a few things. If it will help me understand Judgment more, I'm all ears. That's what I like to hear. Alright. First, let me start by saying that Judgment wasn't always the High Prosecutor that you know today. Before I chose her as my successor, she was known as the nicest demon. What? 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 That's not possible. Seriously? Seriously. Well, that explains a few things. Go on. For a long time, she wore that title with pride. But then she took the position of High Prosecutor. Everything changed after that. Her old title became something of a hindrance for her. How could demons and sinners respect someone who was known so well for being nice? Hell isn't a terribly kind place to those who are nice. So, with my help, she did what she had to do. She killed a nice part of herself? In a way. Rather, and I'm ashamed now to admit that this was probably my idea, she suppressed her true nature in favor of a totally new persona, a facade that she wears whenever the situation demands that she must be the High Prosecutor of Hell. But... While at first Judgment was able to switch between these two images of herself, soon the High Prosecutor side of her took over completely, and we never got to see the kind demon we once knew surface again. I fear that maybe she's gotten so deep into the other personality of hers that she can no longer snap out of it. Perhaps she's afraid that nobody will accept her old self. I will, I swear I will! Oh. When I realize this, I'm mourning the friend I once knew and put forth effort to get to know the new Judgment instead. It's been an adjustment to say the least. But if what you say is true, Taker, maybe that part of her is not dead after all. Maybe the giant demon is still lurking around in there somewhere. Maybe. Thank you for telling me about this. There must be something I can do to help with this situation. I truly hope there is, Taker. Because, if I'm being honest with you, there is a part of me that misses the friend I used to have. Oh, this is so sad. Okay, next part is... oh my god, you are the kind demon. I can't freaking believe it. Judgment, I love you. Lucifer! Lucifer, Lucifer, Lucifer. Let's do this. I had to... I'm actually going to see again. I'm recording, right? Yeah, I'm recording. Sorry. Taker, I have been looking for you. Really? I have been doing some thinking since our last chat, and I believe you are correct. Naturally, that's my voice. Naturally, but want to specify me again? You are absolutely right about the amount of work I do. I should let someone else assist me in my jobs. And I got just the person in mind. Me, isn't it? Let me guess, tall, muscular, dashingly handsome. And with an insufferably high opinion of himself, apparently. Grab some lunch, we are going on a little business trip. Where to? Where do you think? We're going back to hell. I'm going to try and take things a little easier and work more from the house, rather than bashing all my operations from hell. What part do I play in this adventure? Pack mule. The skeletons are on strike again, and I need someone to help me carry all the paperwork back to the mortal world. Do you have any idea how many cases I have to review every day? We have thousands of souls joining our kingdom by the hour. That does sound overwhelming. I'd be more than happy to accompany you to help you however I can. However... What is your concern? Oh, I love that expression. God damn it, you crazy maniac. The artist from the game is so good. I love him. He's amazing. Oh, they are amazing. I don't know the pronoun. What was the name? I follow them on Twitter, I know the name. I know the name, but I can't remember it. Dan O'Hara. They are amazing. What is your concern? What with everything that's been going on, I am not sure how comfortable I feel leaving the house for long periods of time. I wouldn't worry, we won't be gone for long, but if it will make you feel better, you could deputize one of the more responsible demons to act in our absence. That's an excellent idea, but who do you trust to keep the peace while you're gone? Only 2 other demons really fit the role. Which one would you choose? Pandemonica or Justice? Oh my god, oh no, I don't know. Pandemonica in charge of the house? No, I think Justice in charge of the house will be the more accurate one. Justice! You need something? Lucifer and I are going back to hell for a little while. Would you mind making sure that the 3 dingbats don't turn the local press school down while we're all gone? Sure thing. Mind if we order out tonight? Servers will probably stick around and behave if she knows we are getting pizza. That shouldn't be a problem. Just make sure to leave us enough to eat when we get back. Well, I'm relatively certain the house isn't going to go up in flames for at least another 24 hours. Plenty of us for us to make our little business trip, I should think. Turning on the spot, Lucifer waves her hand, opening a red tingle portal in the center of the living room. The acrid smell of brimstone permeates the air, causing your eyes to stream. Come along then, take care. We haven't all day. Whoa, holy shit, not again! You follow her into the swimming energy of the portal. The feeling of traveling between realities varies greatly depending on who's providing the means of transportation. Lucifer's method of travel amounts to the imaginary equivalent of a limousine, smooth, classy, and about as comfortable as having all your atoms reconfigured can actually be. Shadowy shapes blur past the 2 of you, eventually forming themselves into the black and crimson trappings of hell. The throne room. You recognize the space as Lucifer's office, her polished black desk overflowing with papers and work orders. You start to take a step forward, but stop by a well-manicured, unyielding hand at your shoulder. Wait a second, I want to save this actually. There we go, back in order. Just in case, because the lights have been coming and going, and I don't want to lose all my progress, so let's go. Who is it? Don't move, hold still for a second, I forgot to give you something. She extends her hand, a small pentacle suspended from a silver chain lays flat against her palm. This should protect you from the miasma of hell. After all, what's good an assistant who can only take a dozen steps before busting into flames? Oh, that's right, my game mechanic. Lucifer leans in close and clasps the chain behind your neck. There, you are all safe now. But do me a favor and try not to destroy the skeletons that you happen to run into, okay? I will try. I saved before the thing. Oh god. The 2 of you walk over to the desk. Lucifer visibly winces as a stack of paper falls over, adding its content to the already sizable mess that covers the ground. I can see we got our work cut out for us. Indeed, fortunately. Lucifer twirls her fingers in the air, and 2 sleek, shining briefcases materialize out in front of thin air. It feels good to have my full powers back at my disposal. The mortal worlds hinder my abilities to some degree. Trying to cast a spell up there is like trying to paint a picture with weights strapped on my hands. She hands you one of the briefcases, snapping it open. You suspect that there is no way that its modest interior can contain the sheer quantity of paper screwed across the room. Do you want this separated in a particular fashion, or...? I wouldn't worry about it, I'm used to separating the important documents from the routine ones anyways. The clerical demons have adopted print them all and let Lucifer sort them out, as a principal motto with regardless of bureaucracy. The 2 of you begin stuffing the papers into the suitcases. Despite their modest size, they never seem to quite fill up, no matter how many documents are placed inside of them. While the novelty of the suitcases distracts you momentarily, you soon become bored with the task at hand. Say, Lucifer. Yes? About Cerberus, about Cedrad and Malina, oh my god. About Cerberus. Cerberus seems different than the other demons. Hardly a unique observation, but do continue. Even looking beyond the multiple bodies, I have seen Cerberus experience strange, unpredictable personality shifts. She appears innocent most of the time, but she can turn quite nasty at unpredictable intervals. Her erratic behavior could be attributed to her rather unique upbringing. She's not exactly a naturally developing resident of Hell, rather an entirely molded to serve a particular purpose. Oh, what purpose is that? Cerberus acts as a form of insurance to guarantee Hell remains in its current state. I'm not sure I understand. Are you saying that Cerberus isn't really a demon? Not quite. She's as true demon as any of us, and I have tried my best to ensure she will adapt to life in Hell, despite the responsibilities I have forced upon her. Interesting. How do most demons come to be, anyways? I believe the term best suited to describing the phenomena to you will be gravity. Down here in Hell, over thousands of years, emotions and impulses pack together, accruing more and more until finally bringing a brand new demon. Like calls to like, so most demons have demonstrated inclinations toward their founding failings. Anger, laziness, deceit, ambitions are all our foundations, clay from which a demon can be born. And what then? Are demons just born sharply dressed and consumed by their hungers? Fortunately no, many of us had a guiding hand to help us along the way. In the depths of Hell there is an immense, powerful demon who takes it up for herself to foster and shape the infant demon she comes across. Few demons make it very far without her helping hand. Her name is Lilith, but to the denizens of Hell she is known as the Mother of Demons. She sounds fascinated. I wonder where she came from. The two of you spend the next hours or so engaging in speculation about the civil state of Hell and how it compares to that from Earth. Eventually, if you will mind finishing up with the packaging, I have an old friend to catch up with before we leave. You don't mind doing the last little bit, do you? Of course not. As you were then, I won't be away for long. Lucifer departs the room, leaving you to finish packing the papers into the briefcases. Before long, you stuff the last of the papers into the briefcases, forcing the lid shut with moderate effort. You look around the room. Lucifer has not yet returned. 5 minutes later, and still no sight of Hell's president. Unperturbed by her absence, you start peering down various corridors, wondering what could be down them. As long as I don't go kicking any skeleton, surely she won't mind I look around a bit little. Most of the rooms you travel through are a sense of hectic activity. Small imps struggle to staple gargantuan folders together, and nearby printer snatches an unsuspected succubus out of their air with a long, stingy tongue. What? Various break rooms dot the office, and inside you catch glimpses of occasional demon or skeleton drinking tea brewed. Oh, damn it. Sorry, that was my phone. Various break rooms dot the office, and inside you catch a glimpse of the occasional demon or skeleton drinking tea brewed with a screaming bag of human souls. You are unchallenged as you stride through the office, and while one or two lesser devils do try to catch your eye, the sight of the amulet around your neck proves sufficient to dissimulate any unwanted attention. Several rooms later, you come across a particular phase of architecture. In an abandoned runaway part of the castle, two massive obsidian doors stand. Bowed outward from within, it appears as though these doors have been damaged trying to contain some immense force. The doors are ajar, and you very much doubt they could even fully close, given their degree of disfigurement. Might as well have a look inside. Wait, who are you mourning? Wait, who is Lucifer mourning? This looks like a battlefield. Stepping through the twisted doors, you find yourself in an enormous, devastated hall. Sulphurous air flows freely in and out of jagged holes torn through the walls. Looking around, you realize this place must once been an audience chamber, a lavish room where the denizens of hell must have come to pay tribute to their lords. Some massive explosion must have once long ago vaporized the room and its inhabitants. The mighty blast had bent the stone wall outwards as easily as if they had been made of cloth, and tattered holes give passing views on the nightmarish vista of hell. At the far end of the shattered hall, four black monoliths stand. Oh, 4 thrones. Massive thrones of ebony untouched by the desolation that surrounded them. Among the base of these pillars lay strewn dozens upon dozens of broken tools, picks, snapped in half in the handles, shovels, headbands and cast aside. It looks as though someone has tried very, very hard to destroy these surviving relics. Standing before the thrones, head slumped, stands Lucifer, Queen of Hell. You begin to pick up your way over the rubble, moving towards her. Lucifer, why are you all the way out here? I thought you were catching up with a friend. The Queen of Hell slowly turns and you see something in her eyes that stops you dead in your tracks. Tears. She makes a muttered gesture to a small polished stone. A slab dropped on the ground before her. I am. It's been a long time since I last come to visit her. She gestures to the polished tablet. This stone marks the spot where my greatest ally paid the price for my naivety. She gave up her name and her identity to assist me in my ascent to the throne of hell. We were sick of seeing the former lords squander their power and influence on self-indulgences. We wanted to do better, to make things right in hell. We mortals have a certain saying regarding paving roads with good intentions. With the strength of the High Prosecutor's Justice, we challenged the ruling demon lords, primal incarnations of sloth, greed, gluttony, and wrath. After a terrible battle, we toppled them from their thrones onto the floor where the rest of us walk. Standing there above them, we truly believe we won a decisive victory. Flushed with our idealism, we turn our backs on those who we conquered. We show them mercy. Her voice breaks and tears begin to flow down her cheeks in earnest. Our mercy was repaid in blood and betrayal. As her last vicious action, the incarnation of wrath struck my friend through the heart, sacrificing her own power to make something precious from me. We couldn't kill them, so instead we broke them. We rendered their demonic forms asunder and scattered them into the mortal world. We took all they had and cast them out. What happened to them after that, I don't know. Was it all you thought it would be? Lucifer turned to you, her gaze piercing, despite the tears still beading at the corners of her eyes. Sorry, I'm reading slow because this is actually quite shocking. Of course it wasn't. There isn't a day that goes by that I'm not reminded of the price I paid for power. It's one of the reasons I come here, to remind myself of the cost of ambition. May I pay my respect to her as well? Of course. As you kneel to pay your respects, you notice an epitaph, a small name etched onto the memorial. Wait, this name looks like... But how could that be? Something the matter? It's nothing. There must be a reason Lucifer omitted a demon's name for the tale. Whatever the full story is, you aren't likely to get it here, not now, and not from Lucifer. Let's return home then. Once more, Lucifer opens up a portal and the two of you step through it, back to the mortal world. What in? As the house starts to take shape around you, something is off. Something has gone around the house and tiddled it thoroughly. All chores have been completed flawlessly, and the house itself is eerily silent. A large framed photo on the wall declares Pandemonica employee of the month in spiky black letters. To the side of the photo, an array of smaller photos feature everyone else in the house except for Lucifer. A similar award is stamped at the top of the picture, helpfully around them under the category Glimpse of the Month. Welcome back. You turn to see Pandemonica sitting in one of the living room large squashy armchairs accompanied by Cerberus. What the frick just happened here? Two of Cerberus' bodies, dressed in Cerberus attire, stand behind her while a third acts as an impromptu ottoman, a footrest for the sadistic demon. More coffee, mistress? A back rub, mistress? Mistress, could I be stand up? My knees are getting sore. Nonsense! You have only been doing this for 6 hours. Surely you can do better than that. Pandemonica gives a tremendous yawn. A shame, really. I haven't had this much fun in decades. Bobbing obsequious to Lucifer, Pandemonica retires to her room. As soon as she's out of sight, Cerberus swarms you, her pleas and protestation layering into an almost indecipherable mess. Don't leave us alone with her again! She's crazy! We will behave ourselves, we promise! Ignoring them, you turn to Lucifer. I'm beat. I think I will clock out for the night. You hold up the briefcases. Want me to drop this off in your rooms before I hit day? If you would, and thank you. Thank you for coming with me. Didn't I leave somewhere close by? Idiots! Is it really so hard to follow a simple rule, Do not engage! Are your minds so degraded that I have to write instructions down on your hands before I send you out for reconnaissance? A slot. Oh my god, greed! Oh no, slot agreed! Oh no, this is terrible! In all fairness, my queen, they went looking for us this time. Shutting Mammon. Need I remind you, it was your lack of control that attracted the Hellbound in the first place. If you hadn't succumbed to your base impulses, our movements could have been continuous and noticed. Oh my god, their animation. It's not my fault you lack proper leadership skills. Besides, if I recall correctly, we are the ones doing you the favor here, unless you have found an alternative solution to deal with your problem. That's enough of your insubordination. Even in my current state, I can still muster the strength to beat you to the ground 100 times over. If you have quite finished dressing us down, I'm going to head out. I have a shift starting in 20 minutes. Right, I will be on my way as well. You won't wiggle out of this, Maimon. We still have more to discuss. Oh. Your disguise has been pierced. The Hellbound has your essence. Your scent. You are now far too much of a liability to send you out of your own. She won't be any more trouble. She can't make a move on me unless she has a justifiable cause to act. Yes, but unless you have forgotten, there are 8 more individuals in her household who are under no such restrictions. For the time being, your job is as recognized is at an end. What? You can't bench me? Who's gonna do all the recon work if not for good old Maimon? Our resident's busybody should suffice for observation. She's already proven to be several times more competent than you, Maimon. And unlike you, she's never clashed with them directly. Perhaps it's just in her nature to avoid physical engagement. Besides, I do still have a task for you, and one befitting your potential. Now that you have been sniffed out by the Hellhound, our enemies will know of our presence. I suspect action will soon be taken against us. It only seems fitting, then, that we pull out our ace in the hole for a preemptive strike, does it not? You can't mean you are actually going to let her in on this? Thanks to your blunderness, I can't see any other available option, can you? But you have known her longer than most. You have seen the sort of thing she's done. Are you sure you want to turn her loose? Will that lose all presence? We will lose all pretense of subtlety. Which is why you will be responsible for managing her out in the field, for keeping collateral damage to an acceptable degree. You wanted to get your hands dirty, so this outright to be quite the reward for you, no? You want me to act as damage control for... No, you don't understand! Have you seen the mess that Belle leaves behind? No way, no how I am getting anywhere near that. So, that's how it's going to be. You're just going to shrink away, abandon your duties just like you always have. I see you recall a time when the four of us were poised to lose everything. But no, memory is a funny thing. Because I seem to recall only three of us fighting to keep what was ours. Belphegor might forget, and Abaddon might forgive your craven actions, but I shall do neither Mammon, and you do well to remember it. So what's it to be? Will you do as you're told for once in your miserable existence, or am I going to be forced to render you as spineless as your actions thus far profess you to be? I will take that as a yes. Now, all that remains then is to explain the situation to your new partner. Belphegor! Present! What do you need, Sati? You can't just pop up like that, Belle! They have all white horns, they are old as hell, they are powerful as Lucifer! Belphegor, you were listening? Only the beginning, then I got kinda bored. Do you know then that I'm offering you an active role in this? Whoa! Sati, you must really be feeling the heat of you are considering letting me off the leash. Though it pains me to admit it, you have recovered far more of your former powers than the rest of us. The time has come to play them again, or to play them against our common enemy. Mammon here has kindly volunteered to be your guide in this venture. No, thanks. I don't think I need Valkyrie to chaperone me. Besides, I already know where they live. I have visited the house several times to People's Watch. Take her with you anyways, she might prove to be useful. Doubtful, but I will try my best to make her feel included, promise! And speaking of useless things, what am I going to do with the chattel that might get in my way? As long as that particular individual remains untouched, you might do as you will with the others. Yes! Oh, this is going to be so much fun! Come on, Fleabag, no need to look like such a surface. Oh no! I know we can get some cotton candy on the way. That will cheer you up. No! Hey, let go! Oh, stop dragging! Satanas! Help me! And now our game begins in earnest. Your move. Usurper. Oh my freaking god, this is so amazing, I love it! On the following day, as you head into the kitchen, no, this is all for today. Save. This is all the time I have for today. Thank you very much everybody for watching. I hope you had a blast. I was the Lost Chevalier, signing out. Bye bye!